Hey my loves, welcome back for another video. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley and today we're playing in another lace wig. This is going to be an install, but I wanted to give you a sneak peek of my braid up. I am going to be doing some natural hair videos for you guys, especially now during the coronavirus quarantine, because I know you guys all want to know how to protect your hair under your wigs and get your wigs super flat. So the style that I did today literally takes me 10 minutes or less. It's just 6 braids and I, just do my little finesse with it. This here is the wig itself, and oh yeah, that video with the braid up is coming up next week, so stay tuned and make sure you are subscribed. Now this here is a 14-inch 180% density HD lace wig. She comes courtesy of a company by the name of LWigs, which you guys should be familiar with because I have worked with this company before. Now look at this. This is what HD lace looks like on. The cap I have on underneath is yellow toned and it's way too bright to begin with. But you guys can see with HD lace, you literally can see scalp in HD. So anything underneath is going to be super clockable. Even if I part the wig, you'll be able to see, like in the parting, when I push the lace back, or I'm sorry, the wig cap back, you'll be able to see it through the parting, which is going to look super tacky. So let's fix that really quickly because HD, I promise you, is clockable. So I ran out of my brown wig caps that I typically use months ago, and I have not re-up and ordered any more. I'll have them linked in the description box because they're actually perfect for my complexion. But I literally have like 80 packs of these caps in my drawer that are way too light, and I figured why not just use them? They're just sitting here. So I went ahead and added foundation powder, and that's gonna blend. Also, I switched from that yellow tone cap to one that's more of a skin, like a nudie skin color, so it won't be so highlighted. Also here I'm using a Rihanna foundation that I don't use. I love this foundation in general, but when it first came out, I believe this is like $4.50 or something like that, $4.60. I bought it online trying to guess my color, and it's definitely darker than my complexion and it's a lot more red. You guys can tell here. So I'm trying to use it up. I did not return it because I really just wanted to support the brand. So I literally ended up with like 3 extra foundations trying to find my color, and I didn't return any. So we're going to try to use them up. I just buffed it along the hairline as you guys seen and followed along. I didn't put it in the parting because I will just add, my own concealer in the parting if needed. But this is more so for the hairline. And then I went ahead and just opened up the parting. They did an amazing job. You guys see when I first put the wig on and compared it to my complexion, even without, adding a foundation under the lace, it was super plucked. But sometimes it's a little bit too perfect, like it's perfectly plucked, so it kind of will have like a too perfect of a shape, which most of our hairlines are not perfect. So I just go around and kind of open it up and break it up a little bit. I'm not trying to pluck or tweeze it much more than it is. I just want it to look a little bit more imperfect and realistic, if that makes any sense. And this is what it looks like once I'm done. So next we are cutting off the excess lace. You guys know the drill. You guys have seen me do this so many times. Today I am using a eyebrow razor. You get these from your local beauty supply, but you guys know I got your back. And I do have them linked in the description box. Now you can see kind of what the lace will look like along my complexion. HD is some of my favorite lace because, again, usually the hairlines are plucked really nicely. The lace is pretty much ready to go to blend with my complexion. Although it is too light, it's almost like it's the perfect canvas for me to add whatever I want. You can definitely go in with a lace tint. I bought some from a company in Europe, and I haven't really linked it and told you guys about it too much. I did like it, but I just felt like for it to be in Europe and it took literally like 2 weeks for it to come. I literally used it like 4 times and the bottle is literally almost gone. So I probably won't repurchase, and I won't recommend, simply because I would rather you guys use product you have at home. The amount of that lace tint you will go through and have to just keep buying it is not realistic in my opinion. If you guys do want information on that lace tint, then it's something that you want, I definitely can you know, shout them out and let you know. I did love it, but again, I just, you know, I felt like it runs out too fast, and you can do like a foundation or something on your lace for pretty much the same effect. Now here we go with the install. I did go to the Got To Be Glued spray. You can kind of rewind as many times as you need and kind of follow along. You can mute me and just watch, and you'll pretty much see a step-by-step of what I do. I tried to leave as many clips in here so that I don't leave anything out so you guys can see. I apply the adhesive. I kind of use my rack to wipe so it doesn't drip or anything. I just want it to be exactly where I need it to be. I let it air dry a little bit and get a little bit tacky, kind of like what you would do with eyelash glue. You would, you know, let it get tacky before you apply it to you apply the eyelash to your skin, because if you do it when it's too wet, it's too wet. And here goes my baby, my oldest baby. He always wants to be in the camera. And you literally just hold it down till it's completely dry. You'll know it's dry because it starts to feel like it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, slowly but surely on your skin. Not tight like unbearable or anything like that, but it just feels like it's gripping your hairline once it is dry. So I just did this in 3 sections. I kind of felt like, you know, that's what everybody else does. So that's what I did. You guys know me if you've been with me from the beginning. I pretty much just cut off my lace and I apply it all at once. But, you know, trying different things and doing different techniques definitely works to, you know, perfect your craft. Now I'm going to go in and do baby hair. Now let me guys tell you the mistake I made with this. I was gonna, you know, stop the show off camera, reapply it so that it looks perfect, but I like to show you guys my, you know, imperfections as well. I've literally done hundreds of hair tutorials on this channel, and I'm still not perfect. I'm still learning and perfecting my craft every day, and I still make mistakes. So you will see, if you pay attention to the top center, how I did it in 3 sections. That first top center section is lumpy. There are air bubbles, there are pockets, and all of that. Now because we are bonding this down with like a Got To Be Glue style spray where you can literally lift it off and reapply, it's going to be a simple fix. Here I am teaching the kids TikTok. Everyone knows this dance now. But yeah, it's a simple fix, but again, I just want to be transparent and show you guys that every time I do it, every time I do my hair, it's not perfect. I do make mistakes as well, just like you guys do. So, you know, don't feel like, you know, you have to be intimidated like everyone else is perfect and you don't. It's about trial and error. What I will say the mistake for me was, or typically whenever you get these air bubbles, typically one of 2 things happen. Either whenever you bonded it down, like you pulled the lace super tight while you were letting it dry on your skin, and then when you let it go, it had like air pockets, like you just pulled it way too tight, or the lace was wet. There may be other reasons, but for me, just in experience, if I apply the lace and the lace is wet, and I'm not talking about the Got To Be Glue, I'm talking about how I added that foundation. I added a nice thick layer, and typically you should blow dry it, air dry it, or just make sure that you put a thin enough coat that it's not too like wet. With me, I added way too many pumps to my brush. I got carried away and it ended up being wet, and that's a no-no. So for me in this case, there was too much foundation on the lace, and I feel like that is what made the air pockets. It's just I don't know what the science is to it or why it is. Of course the lace gets wet when you add the Got To Be Glued, but that product is a different wet than the foundation product, if that makes any sense. So whenever you're applying your lace, make sure that any product, any lace tint, anything is dry. Now, if you've been following along, you guys see I was trying to figure out what style I wanted to do. For a second, because it had those air bubbles, I was going to go ahead and cut a bang in the front and just like a little big afro with a full bang around the front. I will be doing a style like that coming up just because I've rarely do styles like that here on YouTube, and I kind of, you know, am craving that type of style. But for me today, I decided to do like a side swoop. At first I was going to do a part on the side, but you guys can see there's a little bit of over bleaching on that side, which is a little bit of an eyesore. It's simple human error, and also because this is a closure wig, it's almost like a parting, or I'm sorry, the tracks start like right there. It doesn't go from ear to ear with the parting going all the way back. So it pretty much would have been a little parting, and you guys see it just didn't make it like flawless. So I decided, I have never ever, I don't think I've ever done a no parted, or like a style that had no part at all. Whether it's half up, half down, whether it's braided, whether it's a bun, there's typically some kind of part just by, you know, natural habit, I guess you'd say. So I was like, you know what? No part. You can slay with no part, especially because this is HD lace. The hairline is slayed, even with my little hair bubbles. Everything looks amazing. So to help it to stay, I did add a little bit of holding spray, actually a really strong holding spray, and I kind of let that air dry. So right now, once the holding spray dried, it kind of is molded to go that way. Obviously, if you move it or flip, it will revert, but it's just not gonna revert easily. You know, it's gonna stay for the sake of, you know, the cute little swoop over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It came from LWigs. I know I did a lot of rambling, but I just wanted to educate you guys on some of my errors and let you guys know how to fix it and or prevent. Now for me, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this wig today. I take my wigs off at night, so when I reapply in the morning, it'll be just fine. And I'm kind of finessing because I have this little flip over, so no one really paid attention. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can't comment, but share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!